Hello everyone, welcome to the course Basics of Computer Network. In this session, we will discuss about what are different network topologies. Myself, Aniruddha Talole, lecturer in Computer Technology Department. So let us have our session. Now, in this session, we will discuss about the definition of a topology and which are the types available for the topology, generally bus, ring, star, mesh, and finally tree or hybrid. So let us go through with the definition of a topology. There are multiple definitions available, but the definition which is easy to keep in mind is the second definition. The way in which computers are connected in a network is called as topology. So this is very simple and plain definition to keep in mind. It is generally it says that it provides you a way by which different computers are connected in a network. So how computers connected in a network and their way is get expressed by this term topology. There are multiple definitions. We have those definitions on screen. You can refer any one of them. Let us start the first topology, bus topology. Okay. So what happens at bus topology? What are the advantages, disadvantages, and what is their classification? What is their architecture? Let us go there in one by one. As the diagram shows, see, the diagram shows there is the distribution or connection of a computer is one after another. Okay, there is one starting system and one end system. So this might be your start of your system, and this might be of your end of a system. So in a bus topology, start is different system and end is different system, and all those systems are connected one after another in a serial manner. Now this kind of topology is an outdated topology which is very rarely used in nowadays computer network, and that was used in history because that was very inexpensive to use, or that was have different different advantages. Let us have different advantages of this bus topology. Easy to install, then very low cost is available to establish this kind of topology. Then it is very easy to add or delete or add or remove a system within network. Then it can be created or it is available for a small kinds of a network. So these are the advantages. Now we will focus what disadvantages it have. So it is an outdated technology at first. Then if any cable breaks, see, if any cable breaks out of this cable, then every other system will collapse because this is connected serially. So if this point breaks, then rest of the systems get collapsed. If this system breaks, then rest of all those systems get collapsed. So due to this, it is very difficult to troubleshoot from where the problem appears, and it is not manageable for a large network. So it is unmanageable for a large size networks. So these are the advantages and disadvantages of bus topology. Next, after bus, we have a ring topology. See the architecture of this ring topology. In bus topology, the first and last system was different, but in ring topology, the first and last system is the same system, and that is why it forms a ring-like structure, and hence the name given ring topology. Okay, so this is nothing but the classic example of a ring topology, where first computer is get connected to another computer, another, next, and finally last computer is again connected to this first computer. So how it works? The working of this ring network or ring topology is on the basis of a token. See, a token is generally made available for sending and receiving the messages. So a system which wanted to send a data generally creates a token. Now it uses a token and it identify all other systems that I have a token, and now it is my time to send the data to the rest of the system. Until now, all those systems get at the waited mode. this system sends the data to every other system or the system which he wants, and after sending a data, let us assume this system wanted to send the data to this system. Now he will have a token. Within that token it will send the data, and that data will get forwarded to this system only, because rest of the system will check that data is not for me but that is for the another system. Now this system will have a token. After getting the data, it will empty the token and will forward it to this token to original system, and rest of time all the system will have a waited time. So this is the working nature of a ring topology. Now we have the advantages. It is very easy to install, then cost is usually low, then it can add or remove the system in easy manner, and it is designed for small networks. So what are the advantages for bus topology, also applicable for ring topology. Next we will have what are the disadvantages. Also same disadvantages are focused over here of as per bus topology, and they are: it is a out of dated technology. If cable break, then whole network collapse. Then it is very difficult to troubleshoot, and it is unmanageable for large network. Next topology we have generally termed as a star topology. Okay, so see, this is the graphical representation of a star topology. Now what happens in star? For a star topology, there is a centrally placed device. We can refer this as a centrally placed device because this device is connected to every other system which is available to that network, and generally that device might be hub or a switch. Okay, generally hub or switches are generally used as a central placed device to form a star network or to form a star topology. Now see, this system is connected to every another system, and that is why a data is get bypassed from this centrally placed device. So if this system wanted to communicate to this system, then a message will get forwarded to this centrally placed device, and finally that message will get forwarded to this required system also. So that is the working of a star topology. Now the advantages are it is very easy to install, which is common advantage for both all the three topology, bus, ring, and now star. Then it can easily add or remove the devices. See, I can add here one more system, or I can remove from a system from this way. Now next, one break does not affect whole the network. So if this system or this cable get break, then it will not cause effect to another system. Next one, it is very easy to troubleshoot because every system is connected to central placed device. Then it is widely used, and it has a centralized management system. Due to this central processing system, it is get controlled and managed by, or it controls and manages all other devices. Then disadvantages, cost is generally high as compared to bus and ring topology. Then if you have only one central device, and if it is get fail, then it will break all over the network. So this will cause to break off all other network or whole network if this centrally placed device break. Now after star topology, we have a next topology, and that is referred as mesh topology. Now see, mesh topology, the advantage or a criteria or the philosophy of a mesh topology is each and every system is connected to each and every another system available in a network. So if I suppose I'm having this system within network, and total systems are then 6 systems, then this system will get connected to every another 5 systems within a network via a cable, which is actually practically impossible, but this is a theoretical concept, and hence we will continue this concept. The primary advantage of this kind of topology is high availability, and generally the number of cables to need to form a mesh topology can be calculated by a formula. It has got one formula, that formula is n into n minus 1 divided by 2, where this n is nothing but number of nodes available or number of computers available within system. Let us have an example. If I have n as a 6, if I have node or computer as a 6, then how many cable I will have? See, the calculation is like that using this formula. Number of cable or edges required is n, that n stands for 6 over here, 6 into n minus 1, that is 6 minus 1, 5. So 5 into 6, 30 divided by 2. 30 divided by 2, it gives 15 cables. So to connect these 6 nodes to every other node, we will have 15 cables. So these are the advantages of this mesh topology. It is extremely fault tolerant because high availability is available. Every system is connected to every another system, and that is why fault is very not available in this kind of topology. Then if any component fail, then it will never alter, it will never affect rest of the network or environment, because alternative is available, and that is why each and every computer is connected to another computer by multiple ways, and that is why more cables are available, and hence there is no fault. Then expansion and modification in topology can be done without disturbing or disrupting other nodes. So we can expand or modify rest of the network in a topology by means of mesh topology, because it has multiple lines. So these are the disadvantages, which is expensive, as we have multiple edges or multiple lines. Then it is very difficult to implement practically. Then it is difficult to administrator, and finally it is very difficult to troubleshoot. Finally, we have a topology, tree topology. It can be also referred as a hybrid topology. So a hybrid or a tree topology is simply a combination of every or another kind of any two or more topologies. So if we connect bus with a star, star with a ring, or ring with any other kind of topology, then we will have a tree or a hybrid topology. So it is nothing but a combination of other topologies. So this diagram shows it has a 3-star network. See, star 1, star 2 and star 3. Now 3-star networks are connected via in a serial manner. So this is a star bus star topology. So we can name it as star bus star topology. Like that, we can have star ring star, or star ring bus, or bus ring star, like that. So it has tremendous advantages. That is why it is get created by multiple sorts of or multiple other topologies. So it is extremely reliable, then scalable, flexible and effective. So that's it for all the topology available in networking. Thank you everyone.